Hello everyone at Finding Your Feet. My name's Callum Deboys, if you don't already know me. I'm just going to do a little Q&A today with one of my friends, Luke, just about mental health and well-being within lockdown and how I cope and the kind of tips and tricks I have, and hopefully you get something from it and you can take some of my advice and my kind of practices and put them into your daily life, and it kind of benefits you.
Okay, so first question, give me some background on yourself, Callum.
So a little bit of background on myself. I used to be a chef, and I was working as a chef, and on my way to work I was involved in a serious motorcycle accident, where I broke my left leg above the knee, so I broke my femur, which cut my femoral artery. So I was put in a medically induced coma at the roadside, and airlifted to hospital, and about 5 days later I had my leg amputated. Didn't have a clue what was going on. I was in my coma, so I woke up a month later, and had one leg. So as you can imagine, the first couple of days were pretty rough, just purely because I was totally unaware that it was happening. And luckily I had lots of family and friends around with me, and over the kind of first week of kind of recovery and getting out of my coma, I realised that it wasn't all that bad, and that it could be an opportunity to change my life for the better. As I wasn't really happy within like kind of my job role as a chef and stuff. The hours were long and hard, and it just wasn't for me. So I kind of took this opportunity to change my life and kind of just grab life by the horns and just change it up a little.
Okay. So how do you keep yourself motivated in general?
So from my accident, the one thing for me was just goal setting. So just little goals can lead to the big goals. So I mean, a lot of people know from Westmart, when you first go and get your prosthetic, you set yourself little challenges to make the bigger steps. So whether it's keeping up with your stretching and just going to appointments, getting up out of bed in the morning and going to appointments and going and seeing physios, just everything can help, and yeah, just the little goals, when you achieve them, they just give you a boost, and when you get the boost from the little goals, it makes you even more keen to go and chase the bigger goals. And when you finally accomplish walking or anything really, that big goal, you get such a boost from it, and that's how I keep motivated. Is just keep challenging myself, just trying to be a better person every day, a better version of myself every day, and not worrying about what other people are doing or social media. Social media can be a great place, but for me, I just like to focus on myself and try and better myself every day, and don't get caught up in other people too much. Obviously I have my friends, and I love spending time with them and going and seeing them, but a lot of time you need to do a lot of self-reflection and looking back at yourself, not dwelling in the past, but doing a lot of self-reflection and just setting goals for me is my best way of keeping motivated and on task. And
sure. Yeah. Obviously, with previous mental health problems, what have you done to overcome them?
I think the main kind of way I've dealt with my mental health problems before was, again, just setting little tasks and giving myself purpose in my day-to-day life. I think everyone needs to have a purpose. Everyone needs a reason to get out of bed in the morning. And even if it's just getting up and making a cup of tea and going and baking, or getting out and exercising, going and joining the amputees, coffee chat, or anything like that. Going and joining the Pilates, there's loads of clubs and stuff. Just kind of getting up and getting out of bed and giving yourself a purpose. Even doing a jigsaw, because even that little bit of accomplishment can make you feel so much better about your day. And you really just need to just get out of bed, seize the day, and kind of give yourself purpose. For me, with training, that gives me my purpose and my reason to get out of bed every morning. When I do, I try and get up the same time and have a good routine. For me, the routine is probably the most important thing, is getting up at the same time, going to bed at the same time. But yeah, really just being consistent with everything I do.
So would you say that's how you manage to, look after your health and well-being, through having a routine?
Having a routine, kind of solid structure for me, 100%. That's what works for me, and it might not work for someone else, but it's almost up to the person to find what works for them. No one can do it for you. I don't have any magical answers, unfortunately. I wish there was. But the thing you've got to realise is there's so many people out there suffering from various mental health issues, and the more you speak about it, the more you actually realise how much is out there. But the more you speak about it, the more you find out how much help there is out there as well. Within finding your feet, there's loads of ways you can help sort out your mental health. That's if you have any mental health issues, and just even talking to others, talking to friends, family, it can help. And it's not easy. It's not easy to talk about mental health, and I know from past experiences where I've tried to commit suicide myself, and I was just stuck in a hole, and I just didn't see any way out. But after that, and after my accident, I realised how important it is to reach out and to talk to people. And there is professional help out there. All you need to do is ask, and just make yourself known, and speak up. And the first step's always the hardest, but once you've done it, the enormous sense of pride, and you'll actually make yourself really proud that you've managed to do that, and just to break out the cycle and just make the first move. And
So on a day-to-day, obstacles, how do you kind of manage obstacles? How do you overcome them? And regarding mental health, and just regarding daily life, obviously, with what's happened.
My day-to-day obstacles. So if I have a bad day, I'll make it important just to get out of bed. Some days that's the hardest. The hardest thing for me sometimes is just to get out of bed. And again, on hard days and days where you are finding obstacles, it's just important to stick to your routines, stick to what you know, and be true to yourself. Just speak out, really, yeah. And again, with obstacles, just setting yourself little tasks. Even set yourself a task of doing a jigsaw, because the little tasks lead into the big things. One thing I like to do every morning, I learnt this from someone, is just get up and make my bed every morning. It seems like such a silly thing to even think about, but even just making your bed, no matter how bad a day you've had, you've always got a freshly made bed to get into. So even just silly things like that all leads into making your day better. So
you still do quite a lot of cooking as well.
Yeah, so just getting in the kitchen and experimenting for me is really good. just kind of connecting with my past. And I did say earlier that chefing wasn't for me, but it doesn't mean I don't love cooking. I love getting into the kitchen and making stuff and baking. So they hard days, just eating healthy, eating nice things, can really help overcome any obstacles you have, and just staying kind of switched on and healthy. Yeah.
So, how has sport and staying active played a part in your kind of day-to-day management of your life and your mental health?
So yeah, for me, sports been massive from accident. So kind of from accident, my kind of first thoughts were to get into sport and try and make the Paralympics and try and start competing. So I started joining the clubs at Finding Your Feet. So I went skiing, rock climbing, just anything I could really. And then from there, I just wanted to see where I could take it. So I then went to Castle Semple Rowing Club, who then put me into Strathclyde Rowing Club. When I met my coach, and then met Scott Mina, who actually done a talk a few years ago at Finding Your Feet. So he was a ex-paratrooper who's a Paranordic skier who went to the Pyeongchang Paralympics. So I got in contact with him, and he ended up giving me an opportunity to go to Germany to try Paranordic skiing. So from there, I've then fell in love with skiing, and I've just started my third season with GB Snow Sports. And probably one of my career highlights was going to the Prince George World Championships. So this year we're looking to qualify for the Paralympic Games, so hopefully that goes well. So yeah, but sport, I think just staying active in general, doesn't need to be competing, doesn't need to be the highest level of sport. Just getting up in the morning and doing something, whether it's going for a walk, doing some Pilates, doing some stretching. There's loads of clubs at Finding Your Feet to do that. But it's just so important to get up and get moving, just getting that fresh blood pumping through the body, just livens everything up, wakens you up, and when you start moving, when you finish exercise, you end up feeling so much better, and you end up doing all the things you need to do through the day. So yeah, sport for me is probably the biggest key to my recovery.
Yeah. So how has lockdown affected you with everything?
So lockdown's been, for me, has been really good. I've seen it as an opportunity to really build myself and do a lot of self-reflection, and work on the things I've been wanting to work on. So along with all my training that I've been doing for skiing, which is kind of really ramped up, and I've taken a lot on myself, and kind of really honed in my sort of training strategies, and my stretching, and just being good to myself, giving myself kind of time just to think. I think that's the main thing, that lockdown's been giving everyone time to think. And whether you've sat about in lockdown, you've been active, you've been working on your mental health, or you've been just watching TV, it's fine. It's been hard. It's not over. It's still going to be hard. But I think just been doing a lot of self-reflection, and just taking a lot of time to really value the things that I have in my life, and just be grateful for what we have, and yeah, just work hard to reach the things I want to do.
So during the lockdown, you kind of covered it, but how have you stayed positive and kept yourself motivated to, like you said, some people might be sitting about on the couch watching TV, but obviously it doesn't stop for you. So how do you keep yourself motivated?
Yeah, I think the ways I keep myself motivated, again, it comes back to the question before. It's just goal setting. In the mornings, I like to get up, get my breakfast, all kind of around the same time, and I'll have my little goal during the day. So I'll kind of sit down at night and write out what I want to do that day, or not even write out, just have a think of what I'm going to do that day, and how I'm going to do it, and just kind of go for it. Again, to stay positive during the lockdown, just been keeping in contact with friends and family. I'm lucky at the minute that I stay at home with my mum and dad, so I've always had them to be there for me. But even just FaceTiming my friends, just making that contact. Excuse me. Yeah, just trying to kind of be active and yeah, just be messaging them rather than waiting for a message from them. Just go out there and yeah, put yourself out there, I think. And then again, just looking for things to do. If I'm bored, just look for things on the internet, like I don't know, painting and stuff and drawing. I've just been looking for loads of random stuff, stuff that I would never do before. I've been looking for, just for something to do, something to keep me active, something to keep my brain working. For me, I just like to go. So sometimes I do need to slow down and just have that rest time and relaxation. One thing I have done in the last week is use headspace. I found headspace has been really good for me, just to get out of my own head and really relax. Because I'm always on the go, I'm always doing something. Sometimes you do need to sit back and just slow down, give your body a chance to heal, and your mind to kind of de-stress and unravel everything that's been going on during the day. So I find headspace for me is really good, and just having sort of that guided meditation and someone to help you with like breathing and stuff, and you don't really need to think, you just listen to it and follow it. It's really, really nice and really calming. So that again works for me. I never thought it would. I was always hesitant to use it, but I just kind of thought to myself, what's the point? Why am I not trying it? Why am I not using it? So I gave it a shot, and it's actually really good. So I'd very highly recommend giving that a shot.
Perfect. Cool. I think that's all the questions.
Yeah.
Very much.
So I hope some of my advice and kind of tips and tricks have been useful to you. I'm sorry if it's come across as I've been a bit nervous. I'm not too used to doing these, but I hope it's been valuable, and I hope you can get something from this, and we'll hopefully all be together again soon, out on the Finding Your Feet clubs and doing all the exciting things that Finding Your Feet's got going on. So yeah, thank you for taking the time listening. I hope it's been valuable, and yeah, stay safe and stay positive, and just remember to be positive. Life's not all that bad. So thank you.